Hello, Bill Molyneux here for Bill's Wargame World. And, you guys all, you girls and guys, or whoever watched, or nobody watched, my Wednesday night video. But anyhow, we're going to start putting the flocking material, which is a green and a brown mix. I didn't put any pebbles in this. And then my green paint. Which is about 50% paint, 50% Elmer's glue, and then water. So it's a third, and a third. And a trusty paintbrush. All right, I have Glory playing. Got Glory playing on the TV. And please don't forget, Black History Month videos on my Bill's History World with Goober the Traveling Bear. I worked very hard on producing those with a lot of other historians, behind the scenes and in front of the scenes. So, really would appreciate if maybe some of you would go over and check them out. Some got over 100 views already, and some are single digits. And let me tell you, I learned so much from those videos, making them and listening to those stories of sacrifice and heroism. So I'm just throwing that out there. So anyhow, we have our mixture here. And so it's Thursday the 8th, and my plan is go to bed early Friday night. I gotta pick up the Chuckleheads Saturday morning bright and early. We're driving about 700 miles round trip to visit Fort Pitt, Braddock's Battlefield History Center, Fort Ligonier, Soldiers and Sailors Museum in Pittsburgh. So, it's probably be about 700 miles. All right. We have a base that's been flocked. So, only 74 more to go. The Williamsburg Musters, just a week away, and very excited about that. Now, I had a really nice message from someone from Australia who watched the video while they were painting their own figures. He actually used it as background noise. So my plan here is to do it again for a little while. Just chit chat. I just had a figure come off of here, which isn't a big deal. I got that was a figure glued with non-E6000. So we'll grab the E6000 instantly. And we're just going to fix this right off the bat. And we are good to go. So, let me get you a close-up. Alright, 54 millimeter. You can't even really tell they're on poker chips again. I could use a thicker flocking, but these probably will never leave my basement. Alright. So, I had an interesting message. I get lots of messages. And by the way, if I don't answer, it's just that, I'm just one guy with a regular job trying to produce videos and make board games from history sites. So it's not that I don't want to answer, there's just times I can't, but due to time. But I had an interesting person send me some detailed information about butternut. And he is on the mode that the Confederates didn't have as much butternut as some people think they had. So that was an interesting thing I received. Oh, look at that. I think it's coming along. It's coming along. Well, have any of you had a discussion on butternut uniforms? Thought it was interesting that the historian that sent me the note said that the Confederates had a lot of gray wool depending what state you came from. So my figures here, I'm going to say I'm 60 or 70% gray and then 40% butternut, but I'm just guessing. And I hope by now, if you're at all ever watching some of my videos, you know, I'm just in my final stages of life of wargaming, and I don't really have a big deal on how good everything looks, more so than just getting it on the table and having a good time and rolling some dice. And I gotta say, there are a lot of wargamers out there that do produce incredible figures and painting. There's a person out there, well, I won't use his name, but who does incredible armor. And his armor painting skills and the way he shades everything is just phenomenal. Boy, these figures really pop when you get the flocking on them. They really do. So, I don't know, I had considered flocking the bases prior to putting the figures on, but then I would have used about 3 times as much flocking, because the washers consume an awful lot of space. Well, it's a interesting world as we move into the spring season for wargaming. We have a lot of conventions. So if you're in the East Coast like I am, there are just a whole passel of events coming up. You got Barrage event coming up, March 2nd, I think it is. March 26th or something is the ScrumCon in DC. So lots of events coming up. Williamsburg musters next week. Without a Cold Wars, that's caused a gap on our wargame conventions. So we have a lot of small conventions. Well, I think that's a good thing. It gives people that can't travel as much due to income or mobility issues, it gives them an opportunity to still go to a smaller convention. Oh, the really quite amazing. how the smaller conventions have really picked up. I don't remember so many small conventions. Oh. But it's amazing that we have a hobby that's supposedly graying and getting older, but I think the historical side of wargaming, I do think has some issues. But fantasy and sci-fi, I think, is very, very strong. But in my own opinion, I don't think there's the level of 30 and under painting hundreds of 15mm Napoleonics, like maybe you saw in the 70s and 80s, and I think that era. Now, what's nice is the new plastic figures are on the strips, where they paint up really fast. You're painting an entire regiment of Civil War Napoleonic figures really quick. And now, boy, gotta say they look pretty darn good. And again, if you didn't watch my previous video, all flags in my games mean nothing other than historical content for miniature wargaming. So, and that's for, but, so Saturday should be interesting. Now, we got over $500 for the Braddock Battlefield Preservation, or Braddock's Battlefield History Center, and help them out. And they're really good to me. And so as you're watching this, please know that you are actually helping a charity for the Americans Friends for Lafayette. Up until February 25th or so, all my YouTube money is going to them. Oh, they'll, which is really neat. Oh, and then after that, of course, it's Weiss Fork Battlefield and CSS News. This base actually has some real metal figures on it. They're very heavy. And there. They look darn good. They look darn good. If they were on green right now, you'd be amazed. Wow. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn off the camera. I'm going to keep flocking. And then I'll come back to you when I'm done and end this video out. I won't make it be a half hour, 45 minutes long like the last time. Hello everyone. Well, welcome back. So, we have them flocked. So right now, all the Confederate artillerymen are loose. And then as far as units, we have a small brigade of 5 bases, three regiments, I guess. So it'd be a small brigade of 3 regiments of 5. And then we have another brigade of 4 regiments with 5 bases per regiment. And then we have our third one. So It's almost 9 o'clock. I had to take out the dogs a few times and a couple other things, but it took a movie and a half. Glory and Red Badge of Courage. The Red Badge of Courage episode was the one with John Boy Walton, Richard Thomas. So, it wasn't the black and white one from the 50s. All right. Well, we got this done. Quite a task. And then we're going to do our federal troops. And they're over there. Started some of them already. And in another week or two, we'll do Vikings. And don't forget, this weekend, we will be taking the Chuckleheads and Goober the Traveling Bear to Braddock's Battlefield History Center. And then the Soldiers and Sailors Museum in Pittsburgh and their war game party. And then we go over to Fort Pitt. And Goober received a letter with free admission to go to Fort Ligonier. So if we have time, we're going to try to squeeze in Fort Ligonier. But I don't know. It's going to be about... Saturday will be about a 700-mile road trip, round trip. So I don't know if we'll do all that or not, but we're going to try. So I hope you enjoyed the second video of flocking the figures. And can't wait to get working on the Vikings next week, or the week after, because I have the Williamsburg muster. All right. And thank you for watching my videos and helping a historic site with your donation for viewing. Stay safe, be kind, be courteous, and thank you again for watching.